Hello, this is Wayne from Wayne's Books. Today I wanted to feature the TSR Conspectus series. This is something I think would be of interest to collectors, yet probably few even know about them or even took any notice of them. They were a set of advertisements that TSR published in 1995, 1996, thereabouts, basically featuring a look at their various AD&D game worlds at the time. There was 5 of them. Here's the Forgotten Realms, Dark Sun, there's Planescape, Birthright, and Dragonlance. And these would be in the box sets, the campaign sets of the time. And I've seen no rhyme or reason to them. There will be like 2 to a box, sometimes 1 to a box, sometimes none. You'd find a Forgotten Realms Conspectus in a Forgotten Realms box set. And then sometimes featuring other game systems. So it's a little chaotic. And then I had a customer tell me that he's seen them in Dragon magazines at the time, but I've never seen this. Anyhow, without further ado, let's take a look at these. Now I have this is from my personal collection, but I haven't looked at these in a long time. So we're going to discover these together. So here's the Forgotten Realms Conspectus. Now, a lot of the art will seem familiar to you, but they've remixed it and changed it and added a lot of new, interesting aspects. Here's an essay from Alondo Candlekeep, actually written by Ed Greenwood. And it's hard to see here, but along the border is a timeline of the Forgotten Realms. On the back, here's the Forgotten Realms product tree, showing you all the products in print at the time. Campaign expansions, there's Volo's guides, adventures. And opening this up further, we have an Around the Realms series of essays. Elminster, Drizzt, The Symbol, Kelvin Runson. And each of these, of course, have been annotated with some humorous side notes by, looks like Volo. Opening up even further, we have a map of the Forgotten Realms. And the map will look familiar, but they've added some various things, like you'll recognize, I can't remember her name, from Curses of the Azure Bonds. Where is it? Oh, down here is the Jungles of Cholt. Here's that part from Dwarves Deep at the Rift. Very, very interesting. And next here's Dark Sun. And again, kind of the typical Dark Sun colors. It's probably the favorite campaign that I've never played. But it looks really interesting. Here's a Decade of Dark Sun. Looking up further, they show you all the various things that they've released for Dark Sun. Here's the fiction novels up here up top. And we've got Monsters Compendiums. Here's the revised campaign setting. Lots of great things there. And inside, of course, just another gorgeous map. They have adapted it from the campaign set, so if you already have it, it's probably familiar to you. But again, they've annotated it to various things. Very interesting. So that was Dark Sun. Here's Planescape. Kind of one of the strangest settings that they've ever had. Set in Sigil, which is kind of a neutral meeting point, a nexus between all the planes. And this talks about it. Open up further, and you've got, again, more discussions, talking about cutters and all that business. Inside you have, looks like Sigil at the very center, and the different planes it links to. There's Pandemonium, the Abyss, Limbo, Arborea, Beastlands, Mount Celestia, and so on. Kind of chaotic, but really interesting. A lot of colors. Just very, very typical Planescape. Here's Birthright. where you get to play a leader of a nation along with your role-playing. It says Birthright, a tactical war game with role-playing. And here's an essay talking all about it. A map. The people's Cerealia, the children's Cerealia, and various cultures that you can play. It's beautiful. And here's a map of the continent of Cerealia. Just gorgeous. And this last one is the Dragonlance. Interestingly, it's more rare. I usually don't run across these, the Dragonlance one. It's kind of the hardest to find. And curious enough, it's the smallest. So maybe it was the last one they made when they were kind of running out of steam. And here's an essay by Astinus. Astinus, I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right. He's the chronicler of Dragonlance. Just watches everything, notes everything, writes everything down. If you read the books, you know who he is. And he has an essay here. At the bottom is a bunch of dragons with their pictures. Blaze, or Cyan, the green dragon, Onyx, black dragon, Malice. And notice this doesn't open up to a big poster. It's more just long. And again, you have a big timeline of Dragonlance. Age of Starbirth, Age of Dreams, Age of Might, Age of Despair. On the top you have a long row of characters and personages. Timeline. And then you have pictures of all the various Dragonlance books that you'll find out there. Lots of them. That's beautiful. Oh, I forgot part of the timeline. There's the Age of Mortals on the back. So very interesting. Here's all of them again. Now again, this was Wayne from Wayne's Books. I'll have a link at the YouTube page. I usually have 1 or 2 sets for sale in the shop. But anyhow, I hope you enjoyed this, and thank you for watching.